Hey, babe. Ciao. Welcome to the back of the classroom. This is Rel, and today we're going to talk about standing up straight with your shoulders back. Pretty much good posture. I find that way too many people don't understand the benefits of good posture, and we can go ahead and figure that out together and come up with a strategy in which we have an understanding of how and why we need to have good posture. If you look at the military, they always tell you stand up straight, right? And there's a reason for that. Before you do anything else, they need to make sure you know how to properly stand. A lot of people, due to laziness or whatever the situation might be, they lack good posture. And there's a lot of positive and negative things that comes with posture that people might not know. So we got to talk about it because I need you guys to be at your peak, best conditioning. And it has some physical and psychological effects behind having good posture that you might not know. So let's get into it. So, first, anyone who's interested, feel free in Google, posture, and you can look it up. You can definitely check healthline.com and the posture benefits. And one of the major issues that people have with bad posture is lower back pain. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people with lower back pain, and the issue is you're not the only one. A lot of people deal with it, and one of the ways you can reduce lower back pain is fix your posture, and there's some exercises that go along with it, i.e., bridge to strengthen your lower back, which is an exercise where you lay on your back, you bring your feet close to you so they're flat on the ground, and you just raise your hips. Keep your hands flat to the ground, and you just want to keep thrusting upward in the air, and that should exercise the muscle that relieves some of that tension in your lower back. So, doing some exercises to help facilitate the body is going to help you improve your posture. Believe it or not, bad posture and form is also related to deficient muscle groups. So you might have overworked certain muscle groups and left other muscle groups unattended, or you didn't exercise those muscles. So there's an imbalance in your muscles all around your body. So if my chest was weak, but my back was strong, it would make my chest cave in, right? Because my back muscle is strong and it needs to stretch, and right. Where if my chest muscle and my back was equally balanced, my posture would be more of an upright, my and I would be able to sit upward more and give that more attentive look that most people don't have. And on the psychological side, if whenever you feel bad and you might be having a bad day, most people average, they put their head down and they slump over. Now, that's due to something not happening right, you not feeling positive about it, and now your body is showing what you think and how you feel, right? So there's a mental and a physical or an emotional standpoint, and your body's reacting to it. So whatever's going on in reality and whatever's going on in your brain, your body is starting to project that. And there are some studies that say all you have to do is change one thing and all the other things have to change. So let's say you can't change your reality, but you can change the way you think. And if you think about something positive, you might smile and laugh, and then it might brighten your day. And you realize when you laugh, you always raise yourself up. So now you're having positive thoughts. You're smiling, you're laughing, ha 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 ha. Your chest is up. So you're no longer slumped over because you changed the way you thought, even though you couldn't change your reality. But then once you change your thought process, your body composition changed. Let's say it's hard for you to have positive thoughts and your reality isn't what you want it to be. Change your posture. Sit upright and just start taking deep breaths. Because you change your posture, It might not change your reality, but what could happen is once you change your body composition and how you structure yourself and you're breathing and you're taking in positive energy and you're just breathing, and you'll realize when you clear your head, the only thing that really is affecting you is you. There's nothing around you. If nothing's touching you, you can start to, presumably you're not sick and you're not coughing and sneezing and but just having that, nothing's wrong, nothing's touching me, nothing's bothering me. I'm sitting up straight, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I woke up this morning, I'm okay. So now you're changing the way you think just by simply breathing and acknowledging what you are capable of doing. And then what you choose to focus on in your reality can be the positive. Because everybody goes through negative and positive. But part of life is a struggle. And even when you wake up, that's an accomplishment. If you look and focus on that, that's something positive you can look at. The fact that whatever it is you're capable of doing, I promise you, there's somebody who can't do that. You might get up out of bed and feel like life is bad, and believe it or not, some people don't have a bed to sleep in. You might get up and brush your teeth and wash your face, and believe it or not, some people don't have running water, or better yet, clean water. You get up and you put clothes on, some people don't have clean clothes. So you can easily look at just the things you may possibly be taking for granted and realize you are more fortunate than you realize. And that is a reality that we can all be in common with, that gives us a reason to be more positive. And then when you're more positive, believe it or not, and you have those positive effects and a positive outlook on life, it increases your serotonin and dopamine. Now I can tell you what it means, or you can look it up and Google it yourself. I mean, we can have the conversation without me breaking down every single detail, but just know those things are true. And then once you start sitting up straight and you're breathing good, that's something else that you don't realize you're doing. When you sit up straight, you're increasing your lung capacity. You take in more oxygen. And then you can breathe out. Now, believe it or not, your lungs are very capable of absorbing the oxygen that you breathe. Because believe it or not, you breathe in air, but your body needs the oxygen in the air. And air is a combination of different gases, right? We all knew that. But this is the back of the class and we could talk about it. When you breathe in clean, fresh air, which is why it's good to go outside, have a window open, allow fresh air to circulate, because when you remove the oxygen out of a closed room, it can affect your mood because there's less oxygen in the room. That's like having a fish tank and not recycling the air, or having the little bubbles, the machine that takes the air from outside and puts it into the water. You need fresh air. Open a window, go outside, take nice, long, deep breaths. And there is a technique to breathe in. Believe it or not, when you inhale air and your body is absorbing the oxygen, your body doesn't absorb the oxygen in the air in the second you breathe in and breathe out. No, it actually takes some time. Now, you are introducing fresh air into your lungs, very true. But believe it or not, there is more oxygen in your lungs that has yet to be absorbed. So what you can do is train your lungs by taking in a nice, slow, deep inhale and hold it. Allow your lungs to absorb the oxygen. Allow your lungs to stay inflated, right? Let it do its job. And then exhale, nice and controlled, and then breathe in. When there's no air in your lungs can't possibly be doing anything. So breathing out and then breathing in. And like exercising, you don't want to rapidly go one to the other. That's how, if you ever notice people hyperventilate, they're breathing in and out very fast. You want to control it. So when you breathe in, you hold it for a few seconds, and then you breathe out, and then you want to wait, let your lungs relax in that once you pushed all the air out, and then breathe in. Nice, slow, calm, and controlled. And then if you start off by doing it, maybe 3 seconds, you're holding that oxygen in, you're allowing your lungs to work. And then you breathe out and you breathe back in. You'll realize you might not need to breathe as quick and as fast as you used to think. So then you might be able to hold it for 4 seconds. And you're not necessarily holding it, you're just allowing the lungs to absorb the oxygen. The fresher the air, the longer you might be able to just hold the breath and focus and concentrate and do certain things. And that breathing technique also helps relax you, right? Because your body isn't working as hard, it's just doing its things naturally. Breathing in and out is energy required. But if you just breathe in and you relax, most people don't even realize they actually stop breathing when they're concentrating and focusing on something. And that's just a natural reaction. But once you start paying attention and you might feel lightheaded because you're really in the zone. But you could take a moment and just relax. Breathe. Control your breathing. Allow it to come and go. And again, a lot of positive effects when it comes to that. And that goes into the next health issue when it comes to fewer headaches. Good posture, you're breathing good, you're allowing air to circulate, the air goes to the blood circulates the whole body. Not only is your blood circulating vitamins and minerals that you digested from food, but also oxygen that goes to your brain, right? Your brain needs oxygen. Your brain needs a lot of different things. And without the oxygenated blood being able to keep these, how would you say, organs in your body healthy, it starts to have the negative effects. Again, there go your headaches. And you never think it has something to do with your posture. Now that we're breathing better and we have less headaches, you're definitely going to perform better during your exercise routine, right? Because now you got more oxygen, you're feeling good, your endurance goes up because you're allowed to progress in your workouts. You can hold a better form. You can increase your ability to lift, run faster, run longer. And it's just an overall improvement to your cardiovascular system. It's an overall improvement to your muscle structure and its growth and development because you're not depriving it of oxygen, all due to the fact that you've better and improved your posture. And of course, also comes into mobility. If your chest isn't up and you're not breathing properly, you're hunched over. And if you're hunched over, your shoulders come a little bit upward. If your shoulders come up, you're blocking your mobility from your head and your neck. And as long as you keep tension by your neck and in your upper back, is going to affect your neck. You might have a little neck cramps, which also leads to the headaches that we spoke on earlier. And that's also part of the mobility. How can you move? How can your body facilitate movement better if you're locking your body in a position that's unnatural and it's not healthy to you overall? So roll your shoulders just to relax them, get the muscles contracted and expanded, right? Get the blood flowing through it. The best way to do that is, just light, not fast, but at a smooth tempo. Just roll your shoulders, roll your neck. Try to keep your body as mobile as possible, right? You want the elasticity in your muscles because your muscles are supposed to stretch, contract, and relax. Contract and relax. So you want to open and close the muscle in order to have smooth, efficient blood flow in the muscle. You want to remove the lactic acid. And remember, the blood flow contains the oxygen. It contains the vitamins and minerals that's inside the blood that's circulating throughout it. But if your muscles is tensed and contract, it won't get to where it needs to get to. It's like having a rag and, how would you call, wrenching it really tight and then putting water on it and then take it out and then opening it. You'll realize the entire rag didn't get wet. And that's the same thing that happens to the muscle fibers when it's always tense. The blood doesn't get to it and it loses elasticity because it becomes dry. You get achy. And then Charlie horses, good example, whether it's lactic acid that's built up there and or the muscles are just tense, just to name a few reasons or things that causes your muscle spasms or your cramps. So you want that blood to flow. You want to drink lots of water. And of course, with the best posture, you'll be able to increase your oxygen levels so that your body can get the nutrients and oxygen that it needs. So you got good posture. you're going to promote confidence. Remember, it's psychological. With the serotonin and the dopamine levels up, you're thinking positive, you got these good ideas of life, and you got a positive outlook. You're starting to feel better. When you feel better, you can think more clearly. And you're thinking more clearly, yeah, this situation might not have worked out, but I'm still here to improve it. I can look back at what I didn't do or what I did do that possibly didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And then boom, before you know it, I'm on to another plan. Everything might not work out the way you wanted to, but you still have the ability to make things work out. All you got to do is not give up. Keep pushing forward. Keep doing what it is you're trying to do. Go back to the guy who tried to build the light bulb, Thomas Edison. He had a lot of failures. He didn't give up. Same thing with everybody else who's been successful. You're going to run into issues. You just write it down, jot it down, see where you went wrong, and then start from the bottom and work your way back up to the top. You have unlimited time in the moment to figure things out. Now, we all got the same 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. How do you utilize your time? Are you sitting down watching TV and just not being productive, or are you taking time to figure things out? Because you'll realize it. 2020 went by quick. How much time did you spend into creating a craft, doing your research, looking into things? Were you depressed? Were you going through things? Were you hunched over? Was your posture bad? Change one thing about your posture and improve it. Everything else around you will start to improve. It might be slight and very subtle, but it's one foot in front of the other. And before you know it, you've walked a mile. But it always starts with the first step. Might seem small at first, but after consistent progress, you'll look back and realize you've traveled a great distance, and you've made great many strides that most people might not have thought you was capable of doing. So keep doing that. Ciao. This is Rel Jackson. I'm a brand ambassador for Magical Pose. Magical Pose is a clothing line for men, women, and most teens. You can find them on Instagram, Magical Pose, MAGICALPOSE. You can find them online at magicalpose.com, MAGICALPOSE.com. And you can even Google search Magical Pose Apparel and find their website that way. Now, due to COVID, you may experience some shipping delays from 7 to 14 days. Be advised, all orders will be shipped within 3 to 5 days after processing. Your first email is with the confirmation and receipt. Your second email is when it's shipped with tracking information. Free shipping on all orders, $150 or more. No promo code needed. Feel free and check out their catalog. They have things ranging from women's bodycon dresses, candy painted women's twist front tanks, zipper pouch, jackets, backpacks, crop top windbreakers, t-shirts, hoodies. And if you want a discount with the Magical Pose, because you're with Rel Jackson, use discount code MPREL333. MPREL333. Thank you for shopping with Magical Pose. I hope you like what you get. Feel free, hit me back. Let me know what you think. And I will see you guys later. Bye. Also, if your chest is up, you're giving your abdomen region room. You have small intestines, lower intestines, and believe it or not, that also improves your circulation and digestion. So when you eat, most people, when they eat a big meal, they lean back, they loosen that belt. So subconsciously, I gotta stretch. I gotta give room for my stomach to, digest my food. That's something you gotta keep in mind. You want your food to digest. You want to do it properly. You don't want cramping. You don't want bloating. So you want all of those things to digest properly and efficiently. Which, small little hint, take smaller bites, chew your food thoroughly, drink water before and after each bite. It'll help lubricate your intestines so that you can digest your food a little bit more efficiently. Because believe it or not, your body doesn't digest solids. You chew it, your saliva breaks it down, and it liquefies it. And once it's liquefied, your body absorbs and extracts its vitamins and minerals and everything it needs, and then it processes the rest, which comes out as waste. Right? So take your time when chewing and eating, drink water, allow the foods to be able to digest efficiently. Probably a good idea to drink some water before you eat. And another helpful hint, eating some type of citrus or an orange, if you're not allergic to it and it doesn't have any negative effects on you, eating those type of foods, citrus, pineapple juice, orange, grapefruit, after you eat, it kind of runs behind your food and it helps break down your food. This just helps it out a little bit, right? Nothing crazy. But again, just to help the efficiency or help your body do what it's doing naturally already, it does wonders. And then if you're helping your body digest certain foods, believe it or not, your stomach line can reduce because you're not backed up with all these foods that just hasn't been digested properly in your system. That's another topic. So, believe it or not, also it reduces the temporomandibular joint as far as you being able to have good posture, chest up, back straight. Not necessarily shoulders back. The idea is still have your chest up so it looks like your shoulders is back, but that causes more tension. What you really want to do is be relaxed. And that relaxed form comes from properly exercising, keeping your entire body and your muscles and your muscular system aligned properly. So sometimes it's a doctor will look at you and tell you, okay, well, you got to fix this, you got to fix that. And there's these mechanical devices that help enforce it. But in actuality, if you work out and see where the muscle imbalances are and you correct it, you'll have a healthier, more beneficial way of correcting those imbalances and deficiencies. So let's add that to the regimen. Also, it decreased the risk of abnormal wearing of joints surfaces. I mean, let's think about it. If your ribs are close together, these joints are being moved. Your neck is now leaning forward. You're putting a lot of stress in an unnatural position on your joints, on the gummy part between your joints, which is cartilage. You can wear those down, and that can cause negative effects, not when you're young, but when you're older. So if you correct it while you're young, you ain't got to worry about it when you're older. And if you're older and you're having these issues, correcting it might relieve some of the tension and pressure you're putting on those joints so you can get ahead of it that way. So if you're sitting in the chair and you find yourself slumped over, sit up. If you're walking, you find yourself leaning to one, fix it, correct it. Put one foot in front of the other. Point your toes in the direction you're walking, right? Let one hand move in front of the other evenly. Try to correct those slight little imbalances one body part at a time. And pay attention to how you move. Pay attention to how you sit. Pay attention to how you walk. When you start to realize how things are imbalanced and you start to correct it, they say 21 days, you can make something a habit, and then you can focus on something else. And the minute you improve one thing, you can work on something else. And each and every one of those things that you're improving becomes a win. Every win releases the serotonin. It's a positive hormone that makes you feel good. So you're not as bad as you think you are. You just don't think you are. You got to change your perception. Don't let other people's advances conditioning your brain to make you think you're not as good as you are. You really are. You just have to stop comparing yourself to other people and focus on you. How can I be better than how I was yesterday? One foot in front of the other, one step at a time, and just get yourself in a position where you know you're better than you were yesterday, because that's the only thing that matters. How can I be better? You can't compare yourself to everybody else because you're not their race. You didn't grow up the way they grew up. You didn't have their family structure. You didn't have their surroundings, their environment. You had what you had. And it's okay to be different. Trust me, the world needs you to be who you are, because the benefits that you offer people is always going to be unique. Your friendship, your love, your ability to help out and just be who you are. So we need you to be the best version of you. And it starts with you being healthy and having good posture. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody look at you and be like, oh, why you look like that? You look down. That's all body language. You want to promote confidence. You want to promote energy, positivity, right? You want to be open to people. You want to be open to understanding. You want to be open to being able to help people and do certain things in a manner in which is conducive to your lifestyle. And who wants to be down? The quality of life nowadays is so bad. People aren't doing as much because they feel a way about certain things. Put that to the side. You are as every bit as important as the next person. You just don't know your role or where you fit in because it's so many other things going on. You haven't focused on you. Focus on you. Improve your posture. Step one. And that's easy. It's the easy step. It's the simplest step. I can improve my posture and think differently about how my day's going to go. Woke up this morning, took care of myself. I'm able to move. I don't have any aches and pains. I'm feeling good, right? Because everything else is mental. Whatever it is that you're thinking about that's bothering you, that's mental. Sure, there's concerns and things you need to address. But in the moment, you're not there yet. The expression, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. Live by that. Yes, we are aware there is a bridge, but right now in the moment, it's either we can prepare for it, in which case you don't need to worry. We already acknowledge it's there. Worrying doesn't improve the quality of life. You can prepare for it, which improves your chances in crossing that bridge without any issues. So you can worry or you can improve. You can train and prepare, or you can kind of shelter and buckle down, but then you won't really be ready and prepared. So chin up, chest out, positive thinking, take nice long deep breaths, breathe in, allow your lungs to absorb the oxygen, breathe out, allow your blood to absorb the oxygen, take it around your body, relieve the tension, relieve the headaches, relieve the stress, breathe it all out, get all the negative energy out. And do that for 5 minutes and see if you haven't improved your thought process. See if your reality hasn't changed just because you took a nice long deep breath. Now, depending on where you at, the oxygen might not be all that fresh, but go outside, take a deep breath. It might be cold where you at. But even if you're wearing your face mask and the air is cold, that might still protect you from the elements. But still, move it down from your nose if you're secluded. Take a nice long deep breath. Breathe out. And see if that hasn't changed just how you feel in that moment. Sometimes all you need is that moment of clarity and peace of mind. And you honestly can overcome anything. Life is full of dangers and different things that we need to be concerned about. We all have things to overcome and figure out and get better and improve. No one is exempt from that. So just run your race, improve the quality of your life, and see if things don't make a change for you. Thank you. This is the Back of the Classroom. See you guys next week.